Welcome to the GI Show on the road.
We're out here in Austin. It's raining, but that's not going to stop us. So we're still going to go to this clothing company down here. It's called Rogue American Apparel. We're going to check it out and see what they're up to. Let's do it. Welcome to another episode of the GI Show. I am your host, TMR, and I am here with
Wes Whitlock with the Rogue American.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. What do you do?
Well, basically we're an apparel line. We have accessories and stuff like that. Pretty much a lifestyle brand. We try to keep most of our products made here in the U.S. So our brand embraces a couple of different things. We're involved in the tactical industry. We like to do a lot of shooting, CrossFit, powerlifting, stuff like that. That's pretty much the gist of what our lifestyle is about.
So why did you feel like it's important to get involved with individuals in the adaptive area and also the CrossFit as well as the tactical? Because some people, want to focus on one thing. Why did you decide that it's important?
Well, we find that within our market, a lot of guys and gals that we, that are in our industry and in our market that like our products are involved with those kind of things, shooting, working out, cars, bikes, all that kind of stuff. It's the kind of stuff that we're into. So, if we're pushing product or pushing a lifestyle, it's a lifestyle that we like to try to live as well. And it's a patriotic market. Like all those individuals who do those things are also very patriotic.
You're the one who started it, right?
Right, yeah. So I started it. It all really goes back to, I spent 6 years in the Marine Corps. Most of that time was MSG duty. I was in Rome, Yemen. So my background is really security. When I got out, I got into the high threat protection type stuff with the government, and then got into EP. When we were overseas, especially doing the high threat stuff, for each team we'd make a design or a shirt, and I was kind of the guy that did that, so guys really liked the designs, liked the shirts. So I just started playing with a couple different ideas and designs and pushed them out there. I still had a lot of contacts and networks overseas, so I'd send some stuff overseas, back to Afghanistan, whatever. Guys started wearing them, taking photos, sending them back to us, and it just kind of spread from there. We started with Brothers in Arms Foundation, one individual, Eden Pearl, who was IED'd in 2009. So we created a shirt for him. Basically, we donate all the proceeds back to Brothers in Arms Foundation that helped with the home build for him down in San Antonio. So we found that we have the ability to do stuff, not only for ourselves, but do stuff for other individuals as well. So
where do you want to take this brand?
We're highly involved right now with the adaptive teams. So we're getting ready for the Arnold right now out in Ohio, where we sponsor adaptive team members that are missing limbs or competing against full body teams. We're also involved with different programs like Brothers in Arms Foundation, Raider Project. So we do a lot of stuff with Raider. We did a WAD out in North Carolina. Tempur-Pedic donated like $600,000 worth of Tempur-Pedic beds to give to combat wounded vets. So this is a great organization that we do a lot of stuff with. Different groups within the military that we deal with as far as giving back and stuff like that. And so he was killed a year ago, stepped on my ID. So we did a shirt for him called Hammer of God, because they call him the Hammer, where we donate all the proceeds, went to the organization that supports him. And his family as well, and we're actually they're getting ready to build a memorial for him right now, so we're helping out with that. So we're highly involved with the Twanian family. One of our major accessories we started with was these hatchets that we had built by a local individual who's here with us today. He's a combat wounded Marine. He's a highly talented artist, and it just made sense. This is the man who actually has the real talent here, as far as building these products.
Oh, so can I ask you some questions?
Sure, fire away.
How did this come about?
A friend of mine sent me an axe to have me make a sheath for him, and told me to keep the axe and just send him the sheath back. And so I played with the axe and I engraved on it and carved a handle, and was doing photography for STS. So the Raider Project event was that night, and they were like, we're going to have a tomahawk throwing competition. So I brought mine that I'd done a bunch of engraving and handle work to, and that's all. Everybody there at the event was, where can I get one? Can you make me one? And then that's when Wes and I talked and decided, let's come up with a couple of designs using Rogue's graphics and designs and incorporate them into it and make it look aged, make it look, as realistic, as close to what you would probably actually see somebody using in combat.
So, if someone wanted to acquire one of these axes, where would they get them?
If they want specifically one of the Rogue American axes that incorporates Rogue's designs, they're going to have to get them from Rogue American. We're currently working on a series called the Invader series, which is the Viking themed axe. It's been getting great reviews. I can't make them fast enough for him. And then this is a prototype for the American Savage axe, which goes off of Rogue American's Native American Savage line. This one hopefully we'll start putting out pretty soon. But I own my own separate company that I do custom artwork on just a ton of different things.
This is, a tomahawk, but it's also a peace pipe, so you can, it's kind of cool, It's
tobacco, right?
Yeah, tobacco or whatever your flavor may be. We put these up and got a lot of really good views on it. So this is probably the next, I don't know, we'll probably do a limited run of these. It's just him and another Marine that are building these in his shop. So they stay busy, like I said, we can't keep them in stock. So we just did these rings. So these are all sterling silver rings. These are out of California. Speakeasy makes these. Really cool creative guys out of LA. And they put our shield theme on there. So we just launched these. Can't Grind Me Down, put on the side there. So we're on stuff like that. Three-way stretch shorts, which also great reviews on. These do really well in the CrossFit market, MMA, boxing, dudes that run, swim, dudes that just lounge around their house. So these have been good for us too. So we definitely dig those. And then our hats, all made in the U.S. 90% of our products are made in the U.S. I wanted to introduce you to one other guy who's a good friend of mine, Guido. Everything happens with Guido. So he's a design genius. I don't know if you ever come across this stuff, Zero F's. He's kind of the mastermind behind that, as much as he doesn't like to admit it. He was a good fit for us. We're good friends. So he actually just moved out from Florida. He's been dealing with his own, life issues and whatnot. So that's another thing we try to do with our brand, is try to bring in guys that are having a hard time adjusting back to society, normal jobs, working 9 to 5s in environments where people can't understand where they're coming from. So we're trying to create that environment where we can bring these guys in, give them a job, let them kind of do what they need to do. We realize where they're coming from, so if they need to step out and go do whatever, or go down to the VA, there's no issues. We're excited to have him here, and hopefully this turns a whole new page for him and his life and his family as well.
I'm glad to be here. I've supported RA since the beginning, and we just kind of clicked together, sharing the same backgrounds, and I believe in what he does, and also for all the products, how he gives back to the community, and helping guys like me, just going through a rough time. I know a lot of guys do, and being here, basically have a routine and do something positive with my life. It's always been there for me, and so hopefully I get into a position where I can, extend my hand to other people as well.
That's awesome, like pay it forward kind of.
Right,
thing. That's
right,
awesome.
right. Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. More veterans giving back to veterans. He's doing it.
These days, guys are getting out, and either they're having a hard time adjusting to a regular job, or the jobs aren't there, so they're like, screw it, I'm going to start something myself, or link up with some other vets that are, kind of already doing it, and I get guys all the time that, hey, they'll ask questions, or how do you start your website or whatever. Or at least I've learned lessons, you probably have, we all have, and then you can pass on that knowledge and information to those guys to at least help them get going, point them in the right direction and stuff like that. So that community outside, guys getting out, but that community is also very strong outside of the military. So you keep those same values that you had while you're in, and you bring, you don't just leave that stuff and it's gone. It's always with you. So if you have the ability to help others and inspire others and do good things with what you've created, because somebody else has given you a chance and helped you out, then pay it forward, like you said.
All right, thank you so much for having the GI Show.
Absolutely.
In your
the Agoge, right?
What? How do you say? The what?
The Agoge. It's like
Agoge.
Yeah, it's like a Spartan training center. So
Spartan Training Center. Wow, we're just learning a whole bunch of new stuff, right? I'm gonna put it down there so you guys know what it's spelled like. There it is. But thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate
and thanks for inspiring vets to do great things out there in the community.
Hey, thank you for what you're doing as well. Spreading the word. Keep it up, man.
No problem.
Awesome.
See you next time on the GI Show.
This is like the men's side. The other side is the women's side. Kind of mirrors this. And then once we get an order, we process everything. We process everything back here, kind of a workstation. We actually, got the individual there. We put them, put their item in the package it up, and the mail person comes. So it's kind of, we run these two workstations. And then these are some of the companies that we work with and support.